Big interview time. This fellow, you've probably heard his name get mentioned quite a bit on the podium when the riders say big, big thanks, maybe even big, big, big thanks to Doc G, Dr. H, Rey Gubernick. We never hear your full name.
No, I didn't.
You just
In fact, you just told me what my name was.
Okay, it's been that long. You're helping the riders, I would essentially say, feel good enough to go out there when they have bumps and bruises. Is that a good layman's term?
That's a great thing. You know, the easiest way to say is, you know, each rider has their own mechanic for their bike. I'm kind of their body mechanic, and just kind of make sure that the bike, their body is working at optimum. You know, it's the same thing. You know, bumps, bruises, fractures, it doesn't really matter. It's the whole idea is trying to get them back onto the bike as soon as they can, so that, you know, they can battle for that championship.
Yeah, so it's super interesting, and you know, I raced a long time, so I kind of have some insight to it, but I think for the average people at home, they don't realize how sometimes injured these riders are. And the series rolls on week to week, and a lot of the time, most people would not even consider them able to race, yet there they are. And I'll go back to Hunter Lawrence 2023, that crash at Redbud. And I saw him every single week, every single day on your table, trying to find a way to get out there. So can you just tell us a little bit about through the years? You don't have to get into specifics, but times where guys like, this doesn't even make sense that they could physically perform, yet there they are out there.
I mean, I'll put you on there too, JT. You know, and anybody who has been involved with the sport whatsoever, these are the gnarliest guys around. I mean, the things that they go through, not just on Saturdays, but through the week. That's what it's just so phenomenal to think. They're doing 30-minute motos, two days a week, and their bumps, bruises, they crash them during the week, and nobody ever gets to see that side of it. But you know, going back to your question with Hunter, you know, he's battling the rib thing, and we get him just good enough to where he can race, battle, and then we're starting all over again. And then he has to practice during the week. So it's this balance of how much do you ride, how much do you not, how much treatment do you get. It's a constant battle, and it's just I marvel at these guys and their toughness and their ability to just put aside pain and get their job done.
What people might not realize is you're not just here at the track. You have your practice out there in Southern California, and it's kind of a who's who celebrity motocross, supercross stars rolling through all week long.
I'm very lucky, and it is pretty cool. You know, we have a couple of amateur kids starting to come in now, and you know, can you imagine walking in and you're getting treatment with your ACL, or you know, you broke your collarbone, and you look over and on the table next to you is Jet Lawrence or whoever it might be. So it is part of the deal that these guys have when they sign up with me, is that they get treatment during the week as well. So during those months where people are the racers are here in California, they take advantage of that. So like JT was saying, during the week they live in my office pretty much every day. They'll go and ride, they come back to the office, and they get their treatment, whatever it might be, to whatever body part, and then they're back out on Saturday. I fly out here, and we take care of anything that happens during the week and also on the weekend.
This is awesome. Honestly, thanks for coming on the show, but also really a thanks for – there's a lot of athletes we wouldn't get out here racing and battling if it wasn't for the work you did behind the scenes. So honestly, it's good for everyone, not just them, that they're out here.
Thank you. You know, the sport is better when we see everybody out there. That
Right.
was one of the difficult things this year, is we had so many, in Supercross, we had so many riders that were injured, and it's just not the same for the fans. And so my job was a little busier in the off season and preparing for motocross. But the reality is we all deserve to have everybody at their best to see who really is the champion. And if I can help out in any way, that's my job, and I love it.
Yeah, hey, we're glad he's still doing it. Started at 11 years old, so still young, going to be in it for a while. Doc G, everybody.
Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Okay, let's wrap up this episode of SMX Insider. Heading to Southwick, we'll show you when and where you can watch. 450s are going to race before the 250s this weekend. That also means they will qualify first as well. So, Race Day Live, as always, 1 hour of qualifying coverage. That will start at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, Saturday morning. 450s first, then 250s. First moto will be 450s first, then 250s. And the reason why is there is a 1 hour live window on NBC. That'll be the first 450 moto of the day at 1 Eastern. So tell your friends again, maybe they don't watch every week, but man, Southwick is quite the spectacle to see these superstars in these types of conditions. Of course, you can watch everything live all morning and all afternoon on Peacock.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.